27-year-old Austin Thomas has been arrested and charged with aggravated abuse and neglect of his 2-year-old son after he got burnt. The incident occurred on the morning of the 24th of December at a home along Grindstaff Avenue in Elizabethton, Tennessee, when the authorities responded to the property on reports of a child being burnt by hot water in a shower. The child was rushed to the hospital and Austin was questioned. He told investigators that he placed his son in the shower after he soiled his nappy and that he walked out of the bathroom for a moment to get some clothes. He said he left the water running while he was gone, but his son turned the cold water off, resulting in him getting burnt. The child sustained extensive burning to the upper portions of his thighs, his buttocks, and lower back area, which were all blistered and had layers of skin peeling off. The investigators reported that the burns did not seem consistent with water being sprayed from a shower head. The injuries on his son to be more consistent with the child being dipped in scalding water due to a burn line on the child's skin. Investigators found clothing about 10 feet away from the bathroom, with the bathtub in plain unobstructed view. Austin was arrested and charged with aggravated abuse and neglect. During his arraignment hearing on the 27th of December, his bail was set at $50,000 and he was ordered not to have contact with children. He is scheduled to reappear in court on the 7th of January. 32-year-old Brittany Wilson has been arrested and charged with murder after fatally stabbing a boyfriend with a sword. The incident occurred at around 11:05 p.m. on Christmas Eve at a home she shared with her boyfriend, 34-year-old Harrison Foster, located in Barbary Street in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Brittany contacted the authorities to tell them what she had done. When they arrived, they found her outside the home with blood on her clothes, and a sword was found on the front lawn. Officers arrested Brittany and they went inside the house. There they found Harrison's lifeless body in the basement with multiple stab wounds. Brittany told the investigators that they both had been taking meth earlier that day. She said that she believed Harrison had several entities living inside his body and she was setting him free of them by stabbing him. She also claimed that Harrison was a murderer and collecting and harvesting body parts from other people. Brittany is held on a $2 million bond at the Cape Girardeau Municipal Jail and has been charged with murder. 57-year-old Eric Holland was arrested after fleeing from police in 2 stolen trucks, only to then discover he had human remains in one of them. The drama unfolded at around 3:42 p.m. on the 23rd of December, located near the intersection of Tropicana Avenue and Juneville Street in Las Vegas, Nevada. Officers tried stopping Eric, who was driving a stolen pickup truck at this location, but he drove away. A police helicopter then spotted him switch to another truck that had also been reported stolen. He was then tracked down to an apartment complex located in the 4200 block of Rochelle Avenue, near the Rio All Suite Hotel and Casino. Deputies then approached Eric, but he began to throw things at them. He tried running away, but they used a taser on him and he was taken into custody. After apprehending Eric, officers then found human body parts and a severed head in large coolers in the bed of one of the trucks. It's unclear if the remains belong to more than one person. Eric is held at the Clark County Detention Center and is being charged with murder, theft, and a number of other indictable offences. On the 10th of December 2021, 65-year-old Kenneth Dean Lee was arrested for impersonating an immigration officer to lewdly assault a 7-year-old girl. The incident occurred at 3:45 p.m. on the 9th of December at an apartment located in the 1300 block of North Chester Street in Aurora, Colorado. Kenneth knocked on the door of the apartment and identified himself as an immigration official and specifically asked for the girl by name and said he needed to speak to her alone in the bedroom. The two were alone in the room for about 5 minutes before he left the room and the apartment. After leaving, someone at the home then went into the bedroom and found the girl lying on a bed under covers. The girl eventually told that person that the man had inappropriately touched her. The immigration department was then contacted, but they confirmed no agents had been dispatched to that address and the authorities were alerted. Deputies went to the girl's apartment and questioned her. She told the investigators that she had never seen the man before and had never seen a picture of him. Family members told the officers that after Kenneth knocked, he walked into their apartment without being invited or allowed in, and spoke mostly English. The family spoke primarily Spanish and had to call their apartment manager to assist with translation. CCTV footage captured Kenneth leaving in a vehicle from the area who matched the description provided by the family. Police were able to obtain a license plate of the car and link the vehicle to Kenneth, who's a registered offender. Kenneth was wearing a GPS ankle monitor in the area where the assault occurred, around the time it was reported. It was also positively identified from a photo lineup. Kenneth has a long criminal history where he preys on and rapes victims from immigrant and refugee families. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison in 2014 in connection to a series of lewd assaults between August and October of 2010, where he claimed to be an immigrant doctor to gain access to the victims' homes. He was paroled, however, on the 22nd of April 2020. He also committed similar offences back in 1996. The victims in the 1996 and 2010 incidents were all Vietnamese females between the ages of 9 and 50. It's reported that Kenneth chose the families by going through a phone book to look for new arrivals to the country, with Vietnamese surnames to perform fake exams and to rape his victims. Kenneth was arrested at around 9 AM on the 10th of December. He's been charged with lewd assault of a child and burglary. He's held in custody at the Arapahoe County Jail on a $1 million bond. On the 4th of December 2021, 29-year-old Saul Ortega was arrested and charged for kidnapping, torturing, and lewdly assaulting his 25-year-old girlfriend. The woman was held captive for a month while Saul tortured her, burning and hitting her. She sustained extensive injuries and managed to escape on the afternoon of the 2nd of December and was later taken to a hospital for treatment. The woman, whose name remains anonymous, did not immediately call the authorities because Saul threatened her and her family. At around 8:45 AM on the 4th of December, a SWAT team responded to Saul's property, located at 1055 Paradise Road in Modesto, California, where they found Saul. He was arrested on the front lawn without incident. An elderly woman was also detained and questioned, but later released after cooperating with investigators. Saul was arrested and charged with kidnapping, false imprisonment, rape, torture, mayhem, domestic violence, criminal threats, possession of cocaine with intent to sell, and felon in possession of firearms. He remains held at the Stanislaus County Public Safety Center on a $1 million bond. 36-year-old Jesus Gonzalez Fierro of Greenwood Village, Colorado, has been arrested and charged with murdering his wife, 32-year-old Jessica Gazzara. At around 6:40 AM on the 10th of December, Jesus turned himself into the local police station and allegedly confessed to fatally strangling his wife and leaving her body at the Castlewood Library where she worked as a cleaner. Officers went to the library located at South Unita Street and East Arapahoe Road in Centennial and forced their way in and found the victim in the restroom. Jesus reportedly told investigators that he chose the library bathroom because he knew there were no cameras inside. He'd been married to Jessica for 14 years. Jesus fled to Mexico to evade the authorities several months ago after being accused of lewdly assaulting a minor and had recently returned back home. When he got back, he and his wife had a strained relationship and he found reason to kill her. Jesus was arrested and taken into custody at the Arapahoe County Detention Facility on charges relating to homicide, domestic violence, and evading an outstanding warrant for lewdly assaulting a child.